What's up, everyone? Back at it again, day 25. So, yeah. So appreciate you guys for the support for the previous video. Um, Thank you again, Elnick. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I apologize again. I've been trying out the 7 head method, and actually it's been going pretty well. Also practice a new strategy, trying to work on poses as well. So I think I kind of have like the body structures down. I'll show you guys the progress on Monday when I post again. But today I basically wanted to do more shading. So I was practicing earlier and I wanted to beat my head in because it was kind of rough at first, but I think I kind of figured it out a little bit. It's not as bad as I thought beforehand, but just to start this off, I'm gonna have the light come kind of like from this angle a little bit, so you guys will see. So the first thing what I was realizing beforehand was I should have had like different values. What I was doing, right? Like one should have been like this, one should have been like this, another one could have been like super light, like you know what I'm saying, something like that. But yeah, once I kind of figured that out, it kind of made it a little bit easier. So, and this is just kind of like a basic shading. This isn't gonna be anything super crazy. I still need to work on like basic shading. I'm still not the best with it, and along with that, I think the type of shading I might end up doing will probably will most likely be from like hatching or like cross hatching, because you know for the manga graphic novel it's gonna be in ink, so I don't think I can really try to do this type of method. So like, this is gonna be super dark, and then afterward this is gonna kind of, and eventually it will mesh in with it too, right? So it's a little bit easier too when it's smaller, like a smaller picture to shade. Bigger ones are a little bit rougher, I would say. No, and also sorry for the camera shake. That might happen a lot during this video. Oh yeah, that has to be bad. Yeah, again, sorry. But yeah. So that's gonna turn out, then this will be more like this. The end will probably be a little bit on the darker side. Like this kind of. I guess this also needs to be a little bit darker as well. Not as dark, but a little bit. Kind of something like that. And then afterward, what I like to do is do some shading around this. Now, kind of like to smudge it. That's just me though. So, and obviously it's not the best. Like I said, it's a little bit easier when these are a lot smaller, just because, you know, I could just kind of go in like that and then, you know, do the rest. But yeah. So the second method I wanted to do was kind of like cross hatching, except it might be a little bit smidge different. So what I was thinking beforehand was trying to do it with the background in the dark. And, you know, I might have some time today to show you guys my results. So actually, I'll show you guys today. I lied. Oh yeah, and also apologies for that that last video. I know it could probably be a little bit like, really, dude, but yeah, like I said, I ain't hear no bell. So I kind of wanted to do something with like a black background, not black, but a darker background. Okay, there you go. Nice. So what I like to do, this one I actually like to do a little bit like hatching for, because at least then I can get some variation. So obviously I like to go in again with like some more lines to make it darker. And I make the bottom super dark. But yeah, obviously I'm still not the best with shading. I'm gonna probably do a little bit more practice on it. I want to really get down like values, the values of, you know, like the actual color scheme, you could kind of say, of it. So gonna do more practice, and what I might start doing is, because I'm starting to draw like poses and more anatomy, I might start killing two birds with one stone. So I'll probably do figures and I'll do figures and I'll try to shade them at the same time and just do a little bit of practice like that. And obviously this might be wrong because I didn't even really choose a light direction for this, which I need to start doing as well. So I'm just taking one step at a time and just see where I go from there. Let me highlight this a little bit more just so people can see it. Okay, fixed it. Nice. So that's pretty, yeah, it's kind of turned out a little bit. Not the best, but I like it a little bit. There we go. And maybe eventually it stops turning into cross or hatching and it turns into something else. I mean, that's probably true, but yeah. And also I try to curve the lines too to show that it's more circular. But yeah, that's not the worst. This one's kind of okay. I actually like this one a little bit more. I think next time I'm definitely gonna try more hatching, which is just doing this and then trying to create shade just off of this. Or what I might try to do is I might also try to do like cross hatching, which is like this, and then you do that, put in a few more lines, and then you can kind of, you get the gist of it. So yeah, that's kind of all I was gonna draw today. Monday, I don't want to be stale again, but I think I want to hit anatomy again, just because. Maybe I'll work on something else. You know what? I might work on more unique shapes. Probably do a little bit more bending, so I'll probably do like more like dynamic shapes, you could say, kind of like do a lot more of these. You'll see. Kind of, this is kind of a bad representation. Ooh, no, that's just super bad. Let me get a rerun. Yeah, something more like this where you actually get the like the curves out kind of. And then, you know, obviously I'll kind of try to get the shapes off of it. But yeah, something like that. Actually, I'll show you guys some of the progress I made. So this, boom, ignore all that eraser stuff like that. This is also what I was practicing earlier, so I was kind of doing like a repeat, trying to see if I could redo it again. Like I said, it's easier when it's smaller. Let's see here. Rewind. Give me a sec. Yeah, so kind of what I was doing yesterday, just kind of working on it. So at first I wasn't really able to get it down, but also along with that, the feet are kind of like bent back. So I was just kind of doing like basic poses. This one I really liked because I was starting to do it. So I really appreciate that 7 heads, 7.5 methods, or 7.5 head method, my fault. But yeah, so I just started doing that, cylinder shapes, you know, a hand or a mitten, you could say, that sort of stuff. Eventually moved on to continuing. This time I was trying to do more like dynamic poses, kind of. So this is pretty cool. Like that, kind of. And then afterward, more of that. So yeah, I was doing that a lot today. Or not today, yesterday. So yeah, got the tatas down. Kind of. So that was pretty cool. Also, sorry if I'm talking a little bit low today. I'm kind of tired. And this is more shading I was doing earlier. So looking back on this wasn't too bad. But yeah, this is me trying to practice on values. This is like how it started off at first. Obviously I hate shading with a passion. Yeah, all this frustration. These two were actually examples I was doing. So these aren't like actually just me trying to shade. This is more like examples I were doing. This is from me, obviously. This is the best this either. So like the rest of these were mine. These two weren't. But yeah, it's still pretty cool though. And then obviously this one, which is a repeat of, or what I was repeating today. So, and I'm actually kind of liking how this one kind of turned out a little bit. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna figure out exactly what we will be doing next video. Most likely it will just be dynamic poses. So, or not dynamic poses, dynamic figures, that sort of stuff. So Who knows? But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.